season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Set, hut, ring. Check, 55, three ball.
Brissett to throw on first. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
Didn't have the greatest field position to start, did they? And now, after this sack, it's way, way worse.
And right off the bat, first play of the game. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. To throw is Brissett. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll get this up to the 4 right about there, and that's about it. Call it a gain of 3, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
Let's go now. 30 base. Hey, watch the slant. Double time. 4 down. Check. Quick the edge. Come. Watch the edge. Rush in. Mike's 50.
The first carry now. This is Johnson.
Get it.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Look at me. Zipper. Go. Protein spill. Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50. Watch the slant. Mike's 50. Get it.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Flush to his right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. third down. They gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And his kick is good. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit
Sometimes
better.
It's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down.
You can script and diagram plays all you want, but no one really envisions something like that happening this early in the game. How about that run to get things started? Didn't he win NFC Player of the Week last week?
Yeah, he was on fire a week ago, and what a start to this one.
Yeah, no sign of him cooling down at all.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Out of the gun, Brissett. Wide open receiver complete. They get a good chunk of that penalty yardage back. A gain of 15. 2nd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
We own them. Hey, check right, check right. Watch it, you're getting it.
From the gun, here's Brissett. Able to find Switzer. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 17-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Here we go. Set. Pittsburgh.
From the red zone now, Brissett. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
On second down now. It's Jones, and he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Yeah. Good team on it. Good team on it. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
On third down, here's Jones. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
So here we go on a 3rd and goal. This Lions defense, they haven't broken yet. Here's Jones. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. And his kick here is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Come on, let's go.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
At the 26-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
64, weak. Check 3, check 3, check 3. You go tight. Hey, Sam off. You got tight. Now.
Running from the gun, Johnson. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Hey, box drop, box drop. Check 3, check 3. Hey,
They'll set up to throw. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. The 21 yards there as they convert on third.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Blue draw quarters. Come to my work. We want it. Come to my work. Shoot.
Out of the pistol, here's Johnson. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10.
Go. 61, matchbox lights. Hit it.
They're going to look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dean Lowry able to record his 5th sack of the season.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Come on, D. 53 is the Mike. 53 is the Mike. Topper. Check. Leo.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Mike, 53. 53, Mike. You gonna see me in your nightmare, son. You gonna see me in your nightmare. Hey, high 7. To go.
Back to throw here. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Got it.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Shift. Stand. Ready.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good-sized run.
A really good run, but how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful? And you've got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And he will finally be wrestled down at the Lions' 35-yard line.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, or if you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
55 mark, guys, 55.
They'll try to throw now. Brissett. He'll get this one to Switzer. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Brissett. Complete to Jones. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 16-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. It's caught here by Adams. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams, his 11th touchdown of the year. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Flushed out right. And his throw is incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Looking left side, and it's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A gain there of 21 yards.
1st down, Packers.
Brissett now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. They'll run it with Jones. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Yeah, right now under 100 yards of total offense.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a 1st down.
15 line. 15 line. 5.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, wahoo! Hey, Mike 50, Mike 50.
2nd and 4. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll throw now on the final play. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. So we are at halftime here on Christmas Eve. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
22-jet bomber, 22-jet bomber. Watch the screen. Pass. Mike 50, Mike 50. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Under 2.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5.
Check 50, check 50. Hey, seam 6, seam 6. Hit it.
They'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
2nd and 5. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Ready, ready. He's the mark. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football. Ready, ready.
Looking to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So coming up empty here to start the 3rd quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Again, it's Jones. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down. On third down, Lane. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on fourth down. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Protein spill. Let's go. Get it.
On second down, Johnson. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. 49, check 49, check 49. Hey, Charlie. 56 to Mike. 56.
They'll set up a throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Now back to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. 7 yards there and a first down.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Record. Mike 50, Mike. Hey, exit. Coming. Now.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10.
You draw quarters. Check 6 guys.
They'll look to throw. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Second and 2. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Detroit Lions, first down.
50, clean.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Lions 6.
We go set. 60 Pittsburgh. Double time, double time. 4 down, check. 4 down. Hey, Mike's 50. Watch the pass. Watch the two.
Back to throw now on first down. Open man is Galladay, complete. And out of bounds right around the 20. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Out of bounds at the 20-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Check out read. Alert 3. You're out. Watch the twins. Whip. Watch the whip. Kill.
They'll run it with Johnson. And they got it inside the 10 at the 8. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Back. Check. Go.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Switch on. Ready.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Come on, set. 60 or. Me and you all day. I'm coming after you. 80 weapon. Watch twins. Watch. Hard. Check 43. Check. Let's go.
They'll try to run this one in. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And instead of having a 1-score game, they'll remain 2 scores down. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
At the 3-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And it's fielded at the 34. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10.
Ready? 10-2 soft. All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, Alpha. Hey, let's get there. Mike's 50. Ready to go. 50. Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Switch. Hey, look at me. Dog. Tight dog. Fire.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down.
Hey, lock it. Hey, Sam on. 6'6", pull it high. Now.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Hey, Delta.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 22-yard line.
50's the mic. Go. Come on, boy. You better be ready.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. That is caught inside the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a 1st down.
Leo. Fair. SOS. Steve Griffin.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown.
He's coming. Recon, 132 fighter. Check 99. Shoot.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
You're out. Check. Tighten up. No. Off.
Now to Galladay on the jet sweep. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
4th and goal.
So a field goal gets you back within a score, but they're going to go for the bigger chunk here. Kicking team on the sidelines. Offense on for 4th down.
Hey, Foxtrot. Come on, let's go.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So they decline the penalty. That seems a little odd.
I'm trying to work through it and work with them to figure out why.
Well, someone's got to be confused.
That's what I think. I'm pretty sure that the bench is saying take the penalty, and somehow in the heat of the moment, they thought they were saying decline the penalty, and that's going to work against them. They should have taken it.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play.
Second and 9 at the 8-yard line.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They'll keep it on the ground. Jones. And they work this out past the 25. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
First down, Green Bay.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a first down carry by Jones. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. On second down, it's Jones. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Right. Check 55, Mike. Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball.
Now Jones. And shutting him off, now open field. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
The extra point up and good, but this one was decided anyway, as that will be the final action in this ball game.